Standard cold brew requires many hours of brewing in cold water, which may be too time-consuming for some people. That's why a very interesting product was created, the VacBrew. It's a simple brewer consisting of a carafe, a coffee brewing chamber, and a vacuum pump. This allows you to make cold brew in 12 minutes, and you can also make hot brew using this method. So, let's see how VacBrew works. You can watch the unboxing of my VacBrew Stealth Edition kit in my short video. This kit consists of a carafe, storage lid, brewing chamber, orange stirrer, and a vacuum pump, which is a separate product included in the kit. In addition, a user manual is also included with useful coffee recipes. A USB-C charging cable is also included with the vacuum pump. The carafe is made of darkened glass and has a maximum capacity of 800 milliliters. A dedicated storage lid tightly covers the carafe, making it ideal for storing brewed coffee, for example, in the refrigerator. The brew chamber is made of durable, BPA-free Triton plastic and consists of a top plastic lid, a filter with a metal mesh, a rubber sealing element at the bottom, and an orange plastic element that needs to be screwed on to seal the chamber. The brew chamber is designed so that liquid can only flow through when the vacuum pump is turned on. The orange stirrer and other components are made of plastic. The vacuum pump is also made of plastic and has an illuminated function button on the top. The vacuum pump is battery powered. A single charge of the pump lasts for approximately 30 extraction cycles. To access the USB-C charging port, unscrew the top cover of the pump. Note: the vacuum pump must not be submerged in water as it may be damaged. Hey, if this video is useful to you, you can subscribe to my channel and leave a like. It will help my channel grow. Thank you. Operating the vacuum pump is very simple. Hold the button longer to immediately start the extraction cycle. The button will then light up white and the extraction will automatically end after a few minutes. The pressure of this vacuum pump is approximately 0.5 bar. Press the button once to set the timer, orange for 5 minutes, green for 8 minutes, and blue for 12 minutes. Once you've selected the desired time, hold the button longer to start the cycle. The LED on the button will be breathing, and the pump will wait the designated time to start extraction. If you want to stop extraction before the pump turns off automatically, simply hold the button again. Today I'll be brewing a light roast Kenyan coffee that works great for pour-over and cold brew methods. VacBrew is very versatile. It's worth experimenting with different doses and ratios, and even with additional ingredients like orange peel and muscovado sugar. I've seen some people even brew tea in it. Maybe I'll try it sometime. For the VacBrew, aim for a grind that's finer than French press but a bit coarser than a V60 pour-over. Start with a medium fine grind for your first brew, especially with light or medium roasts to bring out those fruity notes. Then, adjust based on taste. Go finer if the coffee feels weak or lacks body, or go coarser if it turns bitter or astringent. For this cold brew, I'll use 30 grams of ground coffee. It's a good idea to start with a ratio of around 1:8 or 1:10. That's the manufacturer's recommendation. But for this coffee, I'll use 1:12. After pouring ground coffee into the brewing chamber, I pour in water from the filter jug at room temperature. If you'd like, you can do a 30-second hot bloom at a water temperature of up to 90 degrees Celsius before pouring cold water. I found that hot blooming slightly reduces the acidity. I won't do that in this case. After pouring in the water, I stir it with an orange stirrer, then close the lid and place the vacuum pump on top. Now I can press the button and set the appropriate timer. According to the manufacturer's description, 5 minutes of brewing will yield a delicate coffee, 8 minutes a balanced one, and 12 minutes a robust one. Personally, I prefer 12 minutes. After setting the timer, I hold the button to start the timer countdown, after which the vacuum pump will begin extracting the coffee. I've brewed many cold brews with the VacBrew, and I must admit that I've always obtained a very good brew. It takes approximately 40 seconds from the start of the pump to the actual completion of extraction. Once the extraction is complete, remove the pump from the top cover and the entire brewing chamber. You'll need to use some force, but do so gently to avoid damaging it. This coffee is juicy, slightly sweet, and, in my opinion, well balanced, with a pleasant, subtle acidity. It also has a very slight bitterness, but that's due to the light roasted beans and cold brewing. Very refreshing, perfect for summer. You can also brew hot coffee. With the VacBrew, I would compare it a bit to the Hario switch. It is important that the hot water does not exceed 90 degrees Celsius. This is according to the manufacturer's recommendations. In this case, I will use 16 grams of slightly finer ground coffee. For hot brew, I will use a ratio of around 1 to 13. After pouring the ground coffee into the brewing chamber, I pour hot water over it, in this case 88 degrees Celsius, and then stir it using an orange stirrer. Once mixed, I can cover the lid and place the vacuum pump on top. Now I wait about 30 seconds, then press the button longer to start brewing immediately. After turning on the pump, extraction also took about 40 seconds. After it was finished, I removed the pump and brewing chamber. This hot brew tastes great. I think I like this brew better than the V60. It's more complex, a bit sweeter, and perhaps a bit less acidic. I was very surprised by the result. I suspect this may be due to the vacuum pump combined with the short brewing time. Cleaning all non-electrical components of the VacBrew is actually very simple. Simply wash them with detergent. After washing all components, it's a good idea to dry them with a soft cloth. The only component that absolutely should not be washed is the vacuum pump. It should only be wiped with a cloth. In summary, I believe the VacBrew is a truly innovative and above all effective method of brewing coffee. Thanks to the vacuum pump, it's possible to obtain excellent fast cold brew and hot brew. I'm truly impressed with this product, especially its ease of use and versatility. What do you think of the VacBrew? If you have one, I'd love to see your coffee recipes. Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.